My name's Star, or Starlight, but I go by Star. And I wanted to make this video today because I just have a lot on my mind. And this is this is like the first video I've made. Of course, I made like shitty YouTube videos as a kid or whatever, but as an adult, this is the first like YouTube video I'm making. I see these videos a lot. They just like pop up in my recommended randomly of like small accounts who are just like rambling about their life and how they're feeling about things. Usually people in their early 20s. So I can definitely relate to it. And I don't know. I just felt like it's about time that I make my own because I have a lot of thoughts and opinions and feelings, and maybe there are some other people out there who will resonate with it. I don't know. Anyways, I have my little cat Squish here. What I wanted to talk about today is taking a chance on yourself, which, you know, I'm kind of doing with this video, but I want to do that in other aspects of my life too. Sorry, this is so... I feel like I'm doing a presentation, but I want this to feel more like a conversation, so I'm sure throughout this video I'll relax a little bit and lose the like presentation voice. Anyways, taking a chance on yourself. I have wanted to be a tattoo artist for a while. I want to say like, oh, my whole life. It's been in and out. I was always an artist. I drew a lot as a kid. My dad was an artist. All my siblings are artists. Like, I just grew up around, my grandma's an artist. Grew up around a lot of art, have always been creating and drawing and all that. And like, even as a kid, like, I think my dad really wanted to be a tattoo artist, and so like, he would tell me like, oh, you could be a tattoo artist too. And so like, that was like always an option to me when I was a kid, I guess. But then, you know, I got older and sorry, upstairs neighbors. I got older and like, you know, you start prioritizing school and other things and stuff. But recently, like 2 years ago, you know, I had finished school, finished high school, and I was just working my little retail job or whatever, and I was like, you know what, I want to be a tattoo artist. School was really difficult for me. I really like struggled through it during COVID and with undiagnosed ADHD and other issues, I'm sure. And so like, school was really, really hard and burnt me out a lot. And I went to a middle college program, and you know, it gave me the opportunity to go to college directly after high school, and so I was like gearing up to do that, but I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had no money for that, and so I decided, you know what, no, like, I'm done. I did 5 years of high school because of the middle college program, so like technically that last year was all college classes, but like, I was still in school for like 5 years straight. Before that I was homeschooled, so it was a lot. That's this, I don't know why I need to know my whole life. I don't know. I'll upload it anyway. Who's gonna watch this? So I was homeschooled up until that point, so that's really why, like, when I started going to public school, those issues and, you know, ADHD and stuff like started to present themselves, because growing up, like, my schooling had always been so tailored to me and my interests, and like, definitely my mom, like, without knowing it, like, took my hyperfixations and special interests into account and, like, made them the subject material for my classwork. And so I was always, like, pretty engaged and entertained. And then I went to public school and they were like, you're gonna learn about random shit. And I was like, what? I just want to draw. So it was sad because, like, I really like learning and I like school, you know, but, like, just that structure was not working for me and I didn't know why at the time. So it was really frustrating and I was burnt out. And so I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to waste money. I don't want to waste my time. I'm going to take a break. I'm not going to college right after high school. So, you know, I've just been working in retail. But about 2 years ago, I was like, okay, I can't do this forever. I want to do something with my life. So I decided I wanted to pursue tattooing. Because I just want to do art. Creating gives me so much life and purpose, and it has always been my life and my purpose. Although it is a little bit upsetting, because it feels like the only option to create, the only way that I can spend all my time making art and doing that, as, you know, for my whole life, is to make it a living. And, like, it allows me to do art all the time, but it also kind of takes away what I feel like is so freeing about art. And so that's something I've struggled with for a while, is like, I want to make art, but to do so, I have to commodify it. And, like, I either keep working at this, you know, minimum wage retail job that I hate and that sucks the soul out of me, so then I don't have the energy and motivation to do art later, or I make art my career and I get to do it every day, but I have to rely on it as for my income and for my career, and there's added pressure to that. So it's been 2 years since I decided this is what I want to do. And I don't want to be harsh on myself, but to be honest, I don't have a lot to show for it. I've been saying for 2 years, oh, I just gotta lock in. I just gotta make my portfolio. I just gotta blah, blah. No portfolio. No, nothing. I made a tattoo Instagram page and I posted one flash sheet. Never again. And it's frustrating because I feel like I always end up here. There have been so many things that I have decided, I'm gonna do that, and that sounds so fun, blah, blah, like, I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be great, and I'm on this track, and I'm doing it. Still unmedicated ADHD, by the way, so I get really excited with that initial adrenaline rush of, yes, this is what I'm doing, we're gonna do it, like, I'm gonna be this awesome artist, and all this stuff, and the you know, like, montage plays in my head of, like, you know, it'll be super easy and I'm just gonna do it, and then at the end I'm gonna have all these great things and all this success. And then it comes to actually doing the work and actually pushing myself to do it when I don't feel like it. And I just always inevitably falter and burn out and stop and don't put the effort in. And it's really frustrating. And I don't know what to do anymore because I've reached this point where, okay, so now it's been 2 years since I decided that's what I want to do. And unlike other interests, I've been pretty attached to this one for a while. It's just been hard for me to like get that started. But I'm looking back and I realized I've just been so afraid. Like, and of course, like, deep down I knew this, and I knew this from the beginning, but like, it feels like for this career specifically, but for everything I do, honestly, I really need to just start getting delusional. I really need to just start believing in myself and trusting that I can do this. Like, tattooing it feels so daunting because it is strictly based on your abilities and your skills, and I feel like you do have to be a little bit delusional to like believe that your art is worthy enough to go on somebody else's body for life. And that's what's been holding me back this whole time. I would sit down to draw some flash, or I would sit down to design something, and I'm already a perfectionist, which I think is a good trait to have if you're looking into this career. Like, that makes sense. Like, I feel like I would want my tattoo artist to be kind of a perfectionist and get everything right. But it's so bad to the point where, like, it's not even perfectionism at that point. It's just I don't trust that my art is good enough, or it's going to get me where I need to go, or, you know, like, it's not going to wow somebody for an apprenticeship. And it's not even worth going on somebody's body. But that's not true. Like, that's not true. I just am so hard on myself all the time. And I also think, like, there's truth in, I tear myself down so I don't have to do the hard work. You know, like, if I stay afraid and I stay just talking about what I want to do and saying, oh, well, you know, like, I just have to do this, and I just have to lock in, I just have to make my portfolio first, and I just have to do this first, it lets me stay in my comfort zone, and it lets me stay where things are easy, and where I don't have to try as hard, and where I don't have to fail and have to get up and try again. Because I'm so sick of failing. Or feeling like I'm failing. But it's kind of cheesy, but like, I don't know. Do people say this where, like, you know, like, technically when you're walking, every step you take is you're falling and then catching yourself. And I feel like that's the process. That's the progression. I've been so terrified of failure when failure is going to be what gets me where I want to go. Failure is going to be falling and catching myself and falling and catching myself over and over again until I finally make it where I want to fucking be. And that's hard. It's hard. Like, to be honest, it's hard. Who wants to do hard things? Not me. Of course, everybody wants to just have what they want. But actually making that happen for myself and believing that I deserve that, and that I deserve the energy that I put into myself, that's another thing, is like, to do this, to achieve this, I have to put in this hard work all to myself. And I think a part of me thinks that that is so selfish or a waste of time and energy to put that time and energy into myself. I feel like that's been happening just with art in general in the past couple of years. Like I've struggled with art block for the longest time. And it's always just that art tends to take a back burner in my life. I have work to worry about, I have adult shit to worry about, like I have things to do and things that I'm doing, and then at the end of the day I'm just so tired, and like that's the last thing on my list, even though it's my lifeblood, it's my nourishment, it's my everything, it's my world. But it just gets so neglected because I have other things to worry about. But I think I need to prioritize that more. I think I need to prioritize myself more and trust in my ability to do it. Like, because right now when I'm looking back at, okay, you decided you wanted to do this 2 years ago, you're still at the same job, you're still doing the same thing, nothing has changed, don't have anything to show for it, no art, no savings. What have you been doing this whole time? But I'm looking back and, I'm trying to be easy on myself. And, I'm the type of person that unfortunately has to experience it or experience something to learn something. Like you can't just tell me like, well, and people were telling me 2 years ago, oh, well, you need to save up a bunch of money and you need to do this and you need to plan for your future. Again, fucking ADHD. I don't know what long-term goals are. I don't know what that is. I don't know how to do that. But I'm trying to be grateful for this experience because I can't turn back time. I can't change it now. I can't go back and make a different decision. But I can look back and go, well, I know better now. And I want to be able to look back on me right now in 2 years and say, wow, I am so grateful that I started then. Because the only way is forward at this point. And I can't waste my time beating myself up for what I shoulda, coulda, woulda done. And to be honest, I probably wasn't ready. There's probably a reason that I haven't gotten this done yet. I was too scared. I was too hard on myself. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the energy. I think I needed that time to realize that this is what I really prioritize. And that is the key to my success, is believing in myself. Which apparently is way easier said than done, obviously. I don't know. That's it. This video is probably way too long. And I don't know if I really said much of anything, but, no. See, this is what we're trying to prevent. I did say some things. I said some things, and I agree with them, and that's how I feel. And if you feel the same way, if anybody watches this, if you feel the same way, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna work out. And you just have to believe that. You have to believe that. Because if you're just constantly worried and afraid of failure, then you'll never get anywhere. And, yeah. So I might upload some more videos, we'll see. Maybe I'll try to like track my progress of making a portfolio. I have kind of a plan in my head this time of, you know, like a two-year-ish plan of how much money I'm gonna save and working on art in the meantime. And I think it would be a good like accountability exercise to maybe track that progress, and share the art that I make and making a portfolio and stuff and the things that I learn along the way. I don't know, just make it feel more real and can see myself. Maybe I can look back at this and you know, just see my progress over time. Yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and hopefully I will see you in the next video if I don't immediately forget about this project and decide I never want to do it again. So, thanks.